Right.
Greetings and salutations. It's Dave Duford. This is like take number 17 million. My 3-year-old just turned 3. She's upset she can't wrap her own presents. And I can't do my job helping agents like you become top producers. So thanks, guys, for being here. I'm on the phone with David. David, say hello today.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, so David's on because we're doing a continuing series here talking with producers who are new, just getting started, maybe having troubles or just questions about anything related to insurance and marketing and sales. So this is just kind of like an Ask Me Anything type of video where agents from all strides of life come on one-on-one with me, ask me questions, and I try to help where I can. So got David online here. And Dave, why don't you jump on and kind of tell us why you're here and jump right into your questions, and I'll do what I can to help you.
For sure, man, definitely. So basically what's going on, I'm starting out as a captive agent with my own agency here in Washington State, and I don't really have any insurance sales experience. Okay. I have some experience in selling like lower ticket items, but I just wanted to know from your perspective, in my unique situation, being pretty young, you know, I'm turning 24 here pretty soon, and I wanted to know, you know, how I can serve my clients the best, and you know how to prevent the most common pitfalls that comes with jumping into the insurance industry. Perfect. Especially when you're young.
So how to survive, not fail, basically.
Yeah, right, correct.
Okay. So, of course, I've got firsthand experience here. David, I don't know how much you know about me. I failed out of the business after 12 months. Thankfully came back after failure. And thankfully, I haven't gone back to working for the man. So I know exactly what it takes, I think, firsthand. You know, the big thing, first of all, I can't stress enough, I wish I would have started earlier than your age in this business. I started at 26 or 27. I'm 10 years into this now, and it's the best decision I ever made. So I think this is the business to be in. There's tons of money to be made. There's tons of people that need help. And if you've got work ethic and you can think on your feet, and you actually care about the people you serve, understand there's
absolutely
an unending level of opportunity here. How do you avoid failure? Because here's the deal. I think you and I are talking post-record, pre-record here. Most people fail, 100% true.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, and what's the percentage statistic? Probably somewhere between 9 out of 10 people fail, I would say, in the first year to 2 years. So the odds are stacked against you. They're stacked against all of you watching. And what every one of you needs to do here is really think, what do I do to not become a statistic? So let me go over some of this stuff with you. The big thing here, I think the number one reason, I've surveyed this before, so I've got some stats on this. The number one reason is money. It's the biggest reason they fail. There's not enough of it. Not enough to pay for leads, not enough to pay their expenses, because maybe they just spend too much, or maybe they underestimated the amount of money it was going to take. There's all sorts of reasons why. I don't know how, you know, I'm kind of funny. I don't talk about money on my channel. It's kind of I look at it as a person. I'm old fashioned. I don't know how much you want to talk about it, and we don't have to get specifics, but what's your setup like? Maybe we can kind of relate it to that. Can you kind of tell us how you're getting into the business? You don't have to tell us which agency, but captive, independent, what business model? Do you buy leads? Are they provided? Tell us more.
Right. Yeah. So I'm going to be captive, and there's going to be opportunities to buy leads through their partner lead program.
Okay.
And I'm not too familiar with how strong those leads are going to be.
Sure.
And I have some funding from family, but it's not real much. It's like just enough to meet their minimum requirements, put it that way.
Okay.
Now I do have good enough credit to get a bank loan if I needed to. And if that's a good idea, then definitely I would want to know what would be the best route to get funding if I don't. But I do have, a few thousand to put in each month for a good couple of months on leads.
What's your, can you give us a rough estimate? And if you don't want to go this way, no problem. What's your rough living? Because what I want to do here is give you an idea of what your numbers you need to hit. What's your living expense going to be month to month roughly?
So that's just under $2,000 a month
Good.
To live the life I'm living. And that's pretty, that's good, especially in this area, living with family right now, paying some rent, but it's a good deal,
Okay. So in savings, you have a couple thousand, right? So like 1 month's supply of money, kind of what I'm hearing.
No, more like 5.
Okay. That's good. Even better.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 10 grand. Some of that's going to be for business, for leads, that kind of thing. So if you have some tough months, you can kind of eke it out. You're not under immediate stress, right? Financially. So that's good.
Correct.
Let's see what else. What business line are you in? Are you going to sell final expense, Medicare, mortgage protection?
So they're having me get the 4, life and health and property casualty, but they need me to, I have a quota for life insurance, any type of life policy. Other than that, I was thinking more long-term stuff like, fire, house insurance, big things to ensure that people are going to be inclined to stay with me for longer.
Sure.
But I haven't really niched down yet.
Okay. And that's fine. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Okay. So for me, the big thing that you're going to have to determine, because what you have to look at are what realistically in this arrangement are you going to sell the most of? Okay. And like, what's the common commission levels for those said products? And that's going to, I would be talking to the agency owner and the people who control and kind of know what's typical to kind of give you an idea of what your return on investment might look like. Like, is your business half PNC, half life, half homeowners, half PNC? You know what I mean? A little bit of life. I think it would be smart to have a reasonable expectation of what to spend, or what you can expect as a I don't know, arrangement of what kind of business, because it's all going to pay different. It's not all the same comp levels. Life pays a lot more first year than PNC typically for the same amount of premium. There's going to be a percentage difference.
Yeah. They have a commission structure. It's something like about 50% for annual for a life policy, and then between 9% and 14% for everything else.
Okay. And
so that's what I'm looking at.
Okay. Yep. That makes sense. How are you supposed
to? Plus, bonuses.
Yeah, right. Bonuses for production. What's the strategy to generate prospects? How are you going to get in front of people?
So I haven't been too successful in the past doing cold reach out. I've been very respectful, and I've done, for hours and hours per day on some other endeavors. People generally, I've experienced, they just don't like that really. And for me, so I was going to find either a marketing agency or basically pay for leads who are exclusive. I like the idea of that rather than paying money for a phone number that someone's not going to answer, or if they've already decided on another agent.
Sure. Definitely. The one thing, bit of advice I'd give you, and this kind of goes to the running out of money thing, is
okay.
And I don't know if your organization is like this or not. We're going to keep that private, for, just some companies don't want to be dragged into these things. So, I can tell you this, some organizations set up based off of their commission level that's paid and versus what your investment is in the leads may not work if you do the math on paper. The key thing here is in your, what we call a pro forma. So we're going over a lot of different topics here. I know your original question was about like, why do agents fail? But all of this is going to be related to that original question. You got to know what to expect out of this business financially, based on where you're at. So that you want to know what that spread of business is going to look like. You're going to want to know what the average case size is. You're going to want to know what the average commission level is on top of that, because more importantly, you should know that anyway, but more importantly, you're going to be investing your leads into a lead system. And it may not make any sense if the cost of doing so outweighs what you'll make and earn up front. For example, I can only speak from my experience, like final expense and Medicare. Final expense is a great first-year product. Most life insurance pays a pretty good first-year commission. And it's more conducive to buying leads today and then making money within that month and being profitable fairly quickly. But if you look at something like Medicare, which is very much like property and casualty or car insurance, it's a residual-based product. it doesn't pay very good first year commission. So a lot of the times, not always, but a lot of the times agents who start off with that, just they can't make their personal expenses because
Gotcha.
their break-even point, right? Yeah. Their break-even point on their expenses equates to the revenue through the first year commission, which is always lower. Now it pays off after a couple of years, but the mortgage won't wait. Rent won't wait a couple of years. You got to pay it now. So there's this weird kind of like line you got to walk. And the point of all of this is if money is a big determinant why people succeed or fail, and you're going to invest in leads, you got to figure all this stuff out. You got to see if even investing in leads is actually viable. It may be, it may not be, considering what this kind of arrangement with your organization looks like. That's imperative.
Okay.
So that would be first thing. Any thoughts on that? Anywhere you want to go with that?
Yeah. So I think that, if I can get it to work where I'm paying, $2,000 on leads and I'm immediately making $2,000 back, and I can float that for a quarter and then, and still pay my bills and then make money on the bonus quarterly. But that feels risky. And it's like, I don't know, because I've never sold insurance before, if I'm even able to do that. So there's some stuff I got to work out, but I'm not really sure exactly how to do the numbers on it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know my close rate. I don't know how good the leads are truly. So yeah.
Yeah. I can tell you, like with final expense, what I tell agents is I expect a good agent's going to close for direct mail leads, 1 out of 4 of their direct mail leads, 1 out of 5 to 1 out of 4. And we know what the average commission is because it's a one product close. We know what the product is. It's a very simplified version, but it's a bit different for you because the way you guys sell, you've got a host of different products and they all pay differently. So it's just going to be, it's going to depend, and it's hard to say for sure. And I guess I'm just confirming what you already have suspected. Mm-hmm. So go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying that, yeah, I'm listening to you.
Yeah. So money's number one. And I would say before you jump in and do any of this, you got to work all this out. The math has to make sense because and yeah, you have to take a guess at what close rates are, follow the leadership of your organization, always trust your gut. If it feels like the numbers are cooked and it doesn't sound right, it's probably true. But if you trust them and get a good sense for them, and there's nothing you feel suspicious about, use those numbers as kind of a guide light or a guidepost as far as determining, okay, is it rational to invest this much money a month and based on what the odds are, the averages are, and what you can return.
Gotcha.
The next thing that's vital, and this kind of is directly related to your investment in leads, is this is a numbers game. Okay. You cannot ever forget that this is about seeing the people. If you want to have any success with any organization selling any kind of insurance product, you can never forget that ultimately this is about running as many appointments as humanly possible. I was talking to a gentleman earlier today who has 100% close rate. He sells 3 deals a month. I'm sorry, 3 deals a week. And his is a low first year comp product. And guess what? He's not making a lot of money. I don't care how good his close rate is, that's good. But he'll never get to the level of income that he wants because he doesn't have enough activity. I would much rather have somebody who's seeing 15 people a week and closes 8 deals instead of sees 3 people and closes 3 deals, right? So even though he heard no half the time, he still made more sales, right?
Right, exactly.
So what
sounds good.
So what would I say be the magic number? If this is a numbers game, then there's a certain goal we should have to try to, achieve success. It's 15 appointments a week. Okay. If you can do 15 appointments a week, the odds of your success are pretty high. I don't have numbers. I don't have data to show this. This is kind of an anecdotal, what managers kind of all have seen and, witnessed and kind of feel is a good estimate of what it takes to be successful. If you're hitting less than 15 appointments a week, you're going to have a problem really quickly. But once you hit 15 appointments a week, things tend to streamline a little bit. You'll notice in this business, if you aren't running a lot of appointments, you'll have up weeks, you'll have down weeks. You ride the roller coaster. But hitting 15 appointments a week, things just tend to smooth out. Not everything's perfect. Obviously, not all the presentation is going to convert to sales, but you generally will get some sales every week when you're running that many appointments. So your goal should be, if you want to prevent failure, run as fast towards running as many appointments a week as you can, because there are safety in numbers. That's how I think about it.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because like I'm going to convert some percentage of the leads. So yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to put that down as a goal for me to do.
And remember, if you're not hitting that, think Dave is in the back of your mind saying your failure rate's increasing. You have to hit 15.
Right.
It's not optional. It
really have to hit 15. Okay. Awesome. Well, hey, thank you for your time. I do have to get going soon, and I really appreciate your advice, and I took some notes here. So yeah, definitely. I'm going to talk you up.
Thank you. All right. Well, just execute on that strategy, and the rest is gravy. Not really. It's pretty hard. You're going to have ups and downs the first year, man. Just hang in there. Again, like I said, I think I said earlier to you, it's about survival. Survive through this business. This business is fantastic if you can make through it. And if you knew where I was 10 years ago, neck deep in debt, no way. I was just frustrated, and I made my way through it. And it's, this business is absolutely worth it. So anything else, David, I could do for you?
You know, I think you already helped me a lot. But yeah, thanks for the offer. I'm going to get going. I really appreciate it. You have a great day.
Thank you. Take care. See you.
Yep. Bye.